Good morning, Mooners! Let's see what we got. We got JJ first in the chat. I had set it up to redirect, which I'm watching to see when it finally comes over. I'm sending as Van on the Moon on my phone. And it's taking oddly long compared to usual. Oh, David T. David T is typically the first comment, but Andrew beat you to the punch this morning, actually. What's up, sick bastard? Can you guys see me right now? My phone's not showing anything. Speedy K, what's up? Oh, now it's showing on my phone. Okay, now that we're all gathered here, I've got a couple of updates. And then you may have seen the title. We're gonna be waxing. How do you know this? How do I know what? How to wax, maybe? Dean, that's a new name. Welcome to the Mooners. Oh, you know what? Sometimes I actually don't see all of the messages because I have it set to like top chat viewing, but I'll just put it to live chat where I see everything. Love the tie-dye, thank you. Mars, you are spot on with this. Vasectomies are hot should be the title of the short video version of the premiere. I actually already created a short. I haven't posted it yet because I wanted the premiere to finish first, but literally as soon as I finish this live stream, I'm posting the vertical just of that segment where I'm just saying about how hot vasectomies are and how they, like, vasectomies are the new thigh tat. That's gonna be on YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels maybe, TikTok for sure. Sick bastard, snip snip, I'm down. I don't know how attractive any of you are already, but however level, like if we're using the number system, like say if you're a 7 and then you get a vasectomy, you're a 10. If you're like a 6 and get the snip snip, then you're automatically a 9 at least. So just so you guys know, that's where the world is going, and I'm gonna be part of this movement. You guys are funny. Sick bastard, a solid 8. You be a solid 11 then. Go get the snip. You guys know how many less children there would be in foster care if everyone, like, if every guy that didn't want to have a kid got a vasectomy? So many less children in foster care. So many less single parents also. Like, we're gonna change overpopulation. This planet is overpopulated with humans as of now. So yeah, this is the movement, but enough about that, because that was already a really long video. Like, as I was watching it premiering right now, it was like a snooze fest for me even. So I don't even know how it was for you guys. It was meant to be informational rather than entertaining, which most of my videos are meant to be entertaining. So having it come from a different angle was a struggle for me to watch. I don't know how you guys felt about it. There's not going to be a bunch of just like strictly informational ones. So I actually have an update. We'll do some Van on the Moon updates real quick. So this week I did 2 projects. One, I replaced the ground strap to the battery, which that's going to be in a video where I do like 10 small projects, because that didn't deserve its own video. But I recorded a different video that is its whole own thing, because look at what I did. This is where that big old fridge used to be. You guys probably remember. It always had the picture of rainbows on it. This is now a shelf that I built out of wood, and a teeny tiny fridge, and a spot for the jackery to officially sit, so it's not just on my floor getting moved around all the time. So yeah, that's legit. The little fridge is like the perfect size, because that other one before was just like so unnecessarily huge for me, and it took a bunch of energy. I would have like one small item in this big old like 2 cubic foot. It was stupid. So this little is a little 12 can fridge, and it's perfect. Yeah, society has everyone programmed to have kids, but most people should not have children. Honestly, I feel like a lot of the people that reproduce the most are the last people that should be reproducing. Like, if we're talking on just the standpoint of like furthering humans through having the most ideal humans procreating, you know, fostering like intelligence and good genes, good health, like a lot of the people that would make prime parents are the ones that are also free enough in their mind and like smart enough to realize that that's a really big decision to make, and they're smart enough to avoid it. Which, this is not to shit on anyone who has kids. There's a lot of people who have kids who are prime parents. I'm saying that there are also a lot of people who have no business having had a kid, and they did, which is crazy. Pink Fridge, Molly is going all out and increasing her female viewers from 3. I am. I'm ready to have more than 3 female mooners. Mars is hilarious. There might be 2 Chinese women secretly lurking. He's not just saying that as like a weird, like, racial statement. This was from an actual scenario where there were 2 Chinese women, like actually Chinese from China, speaking Mandarin to one another, that came up to me in the sauna and like grabbed my boobs. So anyone who's thinking Mars is being weird saying Chinese, it's spot on. Someone's like, no, biology is what programs you for reproduction. What the fuck, did you forget you're an animal? No, I didn't forget I'm an animal. Everyone's programmed for reproduction. What I'm saying is that doesn't mean that every person would be good at raising a child. The primal instinct to reproduce is present in every human. There's people that can bypass that by using their intellectual side rather than their, you know, inert animal draw towards things, and realize like, wow, that's actually a super big choice to make in my life, and maybe I'm not in a place to make that. You know, if people can't take care of themselves, I don't think them now also having a tiny human that relies completely on them is an awesome idea. You want kids? Question mark? No, I'm not doing that. Not interested. I want a lot of other things in life. Kids is not on that list. There's plenty of kids, like, the human race is not gonna die off if I don't procreate, personally. When you have disrespectful kids, having kids, you get a disrespectful society. Yep, it's everything's just like, it's a snowball happening, and we can choose what snow to stick on the ball, and it turns out we are sticking a lot of bad shit onto the snowball of human society right now. Oh, the moderator is having trouble, technical difficulties. I don't know if you can hear me. It's okay. I'm actually gonna start the waxing soon. You're gonna check on that. Someone said, sick bastard, it's a dirty snowball. Yeah, human society is just one filthy, nasty snowball rolling down the biggest mountain in the universe. Calex asked, hello, what is this about? I'm glad you asked, because we're finally gonna get to the point. Let me see where's the best to position the camera. Well, first I'll show you. Here I have my little wax melting pot, which has melted wax in it. I need to turn this fan so it's not blowing the wax around. So this is my waxing pot, and I wax my legs every so often, maybe like once a month, once every 2 months. And I figured if I'm gonna be live streaming anyway, I could just be doing this while I live stream. Oh, Mackenzie asked, where did I get my hair done? I did it myself, so I don't know, in the bathroom. Is this a touring car? This is my van. It's a Volkswagen. Is the armpit hair going? No, legs only. I'm keeping the armpit hair for now. Someone got timed up by the moderator. Favorite anime? I haven't watched all that many animes, but if I had to say a favorite, that's tough. I did, all of the ones that I like are the mainstream ones. Like, I like Studio Ghibli stuff, I like Death Note, Naruto. I am basic when it comes to anime. How do I make money? I work on a boat, or I have worked on a boat, on a, you know, whale watching, snorkel, tour boat as a marine naturalist for a couple years now. But now I actually am making money on YouTube. So I haven't gone to work in over a week at my boat job. And even the last time I did work, it was only one trip that whole week, and the week before that I took off. So pretty much I just make my money on YouTube now, which is a lifelong dream. So super cool that I'm there. Yes, I'm monetized, which is I have my other channel that has more monetization than this one. This one makes a little bit of money per month, but Van on the Moon is like making pretty good money at this point. Not good enough to be rich, but good enough that I don't have to like go to work all the time. Stream on Kick. Mars just did a search on YouTube. Molly, you might be the first person to wax their legs in a van on live stream and non-live streamer. Pioneer. That's what I was going for. A lot of girls post like, get ready with me. It's mostly guys right now, so I feel like you guys don't really know the videos I'm talking about. Which, even when I told Rainbows that this was the idea, he was like, I don't know if that would bring girls. But like, I do think this is like a more girly style video. And as I've said over and over again for the past couple weeks, I want this channel to be for the girls soon. Like, My viewer base is over 89% male, and I just want at least one of my channels to be like a girly space. So this one is the prime. This one is the one I'm shifting to be the girly things. Which, you guys, you're still welcome to be here. You can totally come be part of the girl party. But you know what I mean. It's just more geared towards the women. This is how the wax is looking. I use scent-free, paraffin-free wax. It's made mainly of like rosin and beeswax. It actually smells pretty nice. Yeah, the chicas. What state do you live in? Hawaii. Soon to be all of the states though. We're gonna go road tripping. You should go to the side of the road and do a thumbs up to get picked up by some tie-dye van. I actually did like pick up a couple of hitchhikers in the van, and I only picked it up if it was, you know, like a young couple that was like traveling together type vibe, like super safe people. I have hitchhiked a lot in my life, which I think soon we'll have a live stream that's just titled like The Adventures of Hitchhiking or something. Mars said, Molly, you need to sell out and do some stuff that gets high views, like the try-ons and reactions videos to various subjects. I've thought about it. I, for now, have so many videos on my list that I just like really want to make. But once I get to a place where I just really want to like expand, I don't know, once I've done all the video ideas that are like burning inside of me and I just want to like expansion, then I'll start dipping into stuff like that. Okay, I actually think the wax is ready. Which, this part of this is to show that it's not that bad. A lot of people imagine that waxing is just like awfully terrible and painful, but once you've done it enough times, it's really not that bad. Let me make sure. I have shorts on, by the way, so nothing's going on there. How you wax is you literally just take the wax on a stick, you spin the stick so you don't like spill it around, and then you smear it on. Which, this is a type of wax called stripless wax, because some wax you have to use these little like paper or fabric strips with in order to be able to rip it off. I use hard wax or stripless wax, which then you can rip off without having to use a bunch of little sheets of fabric and paper. So yeah, you just smear it on. It wasn't even in frame. Now you wait for it to cool off, which it's really hot in the van right now. Am I caught up? Where are you applying first wax? Yes, you are caught up. This is the first strip I've put on so far. Okay, now you can see it. Oh, still sticky. Yeah, you have to wait for it to get fully hardened before you pull it off. It also depends which area you're waxing. Like, say if I were to wax my armpit or something, which I haven't waxed my armpit in like 2 years, that would hurt like a bitch. But if it's my legs, like I just waxed my legs about a month ago, so the hair's not like super dense or anything. If I pull it right now, it wouldn't hurt that bad. Especially if you pull it fast, it's really not that bad. Okay, you guys ready? It doesn't really matter. I'm ready. And it is hardened now enough to pull it, so you literally just go like that. And then the hair is gone. You can see the hairs like in the wax. That's my favorite part of waxing, is looking at the wax after. It's so satisfying. Someone said, ouch. Nobody. Molly, let me just rip hair out of my body. Yes, I enjoy waxing. It is honestly super therapeutic and satisfying. I would honestly love to be a waxer professionally who, like, you know, works at the salon and people come in and you wax them. And it's not in a sadistic way. I'm not like happy to be putting people through the pain of waxing. I'm just happy that it's so satisfying. I actually heated the wax up a little bit too much. It's like super melty. You want it to be a little bit thicker than that. It would be Dr. Pimple. Yes, I love Dr. Pimple Popper. That shit is also satisfying, but that I wouldn't want to. I would not be doing that for other people professionally ever. Do you wax your toe hair? Yes, I do. As a lot of people should. Do you have pants on? I have shorts on. It looks like you mastered creating that wax back. This is actually not sugar wax. After a couple times of trying to make that and having it go just as shitty as the first one did, which I filmed, I don't make sugar wax anymore. I switched back to just like buying it. Someone asked if I've ever gotten a Brazilian. I have never gone to a place to get a Brazilian. I just do my own, partly because I don't want someone else all up in my business, smearing and ripping out hair like that. I don't trust someone else to handle me delicately enough, so I just do it myself. It's also cheaper if you go to a salon to get waxed. Like, say if I wanted to get my legs waxed at a salon, it'd probably be at least $50, and that's like low end. Oh, Zibel, hello. I think, Zibel, I actually haven't directly asked you yet, but are you a girl by chance? Because I think you might be one of the only female mooners besides... Yes! Okay, see? Evidence. There are female mooners besides my mom and sister. We've got Zibel in the house. We are making this a girls channel, video by video. My name is actually Jody. Hello, Jody. I remember that. Love the duck profile picture. Yeah, Molly Eich is the girls channel now. That's why we're doing girly stuff, like just girly things, waxing my legs in my van. I don't even think I'll do the full wax on camera, like both legs, because it's honestly, it takes a while, especially if I'm doing it slow and like chit-chatting and reading comments the whole time. The ladies in the sauna would help you with the Brazilian wax. You're hilarious. They actually do work at a salon. They told me, well, no, not a salon, a spa, but they do massage. I don't think they do the waxing and stuff. They might. Yeah, when they were filming each other slapping their own selves, we're not gonna get fully into that story again, but they looked waxed from what I could see, and that was a whole wild encounter. So someone asked if I'll show my feet. I am purposefully keeping my feet out of frame, if you didn't notice, because we keep the weirdos at bay. Speaking of that, I don't know if you guys have visited the comment section of the rest repair video, but there was a lot of people really upset that the encounter with the man went the way it did. In my rest repair video, just as it was starting, there was a man lurking near the van, watching me, standing there smiling, giving off a really strange, weird vibe. And I was giving him faces, like, just like, of disapproval, I would say. I didn't say go away. It just, anytime we make eye contact, I was making it known that I wasn't being welcoming. And oh my god, dudes in the comments were coming for my jugular. They were like, you don't know that he had any weird intention. You should have been nice. Maybe he just wanted to help, or maybe he just liked your band. And I'm like, literally, what is worth risking that? Like, I didn't want to interact with that guy. I wanted to work on my project by myself, unbothered. Why would I be nice to some random dude lurking near me while I'm doing a project that I want to do alone? It just shows that these guys in the comments don't care about my safety as much as they care about that random guy's feelings. Like, sorry about those guys, but they can just unsubscribe, because I've got subscribers to spare at this point. Yeah, they obviously haven't experienced being perved over by a rando. They don't know what it's like out here, especially being like a solo female van lifer. Like, I come across a lot of weird characters and have to be extra careful. Yeah, it seems quite insecure on their end. I agree. Like, the guys who were commenting that stuff were probably insecure because they know that if they were the guy lurking, they would have also been looked at like a weirdo. Yeah, with what Jody said, death stares are the way to go. It throws them off and they leave you alone eventually. That's my angle lately, because I don't want to have to talk with them, and I don't want to say anything that then would like, fuck, I spilled wax on my seat. It's fine. I don't want to like speak to them and then that invites more conversation. So just giving a like grossed out look, it does the trick. Hawaii has some strange folks. Yeah, I agree. He didn't even offer to hold your ladder. Yeah, it shows how much he cares about my safety. Also, yeah, Mars saying that me getting hate comments on the video shows that like Molly the YouTuber has arrived. It's expected. Like, as I started my YouTube journey, I knew that the bigger I got, the more hate I would get, because I've gotten big on other platforms like TikTok and stuff, and like, it's really true. Like, as soon as you hit a certain threshold of views and interaction, it opens up to a lot of hate comments, because people see there's so many comments that theirs is just a drop in the bucket. Like, no one will be the only commenter on something saying some fucked up shit, you know what I mean? But if there's already like 1,000 comments saying nice stuff, then they think now there's room for them to come in and be a troll. And they do, full on. even in my live streams, I get trolls all the time. But it's just part of the internet, and when I get hate comments, I know in myself that the people commenting nasty stuff like that are only commenting it because deep down they hate themselves. Like, I just imagine that these people writing mean stuff in my comment section, like such as saying, "Oh, you should have been, you should have like been nice to the stranger guy. You're just a bitch." I know that this is a very undesirable guy who is probably like, have you guys heard the term incel? I imagine like the embodiment of that word typing it to me, and I'm just like, I honestly just feel kind of bad for them. Because I know I'm just like doing my thing on YouTube, I'm getting the views, getting the engagement, and they're just mad, they're just haters. Plus I've got my sick ass van. That one needs to dry a little bit. They usually dry faster if I'm in like air conditioning or something. Someone said, not gonna lie, when you cuss it sounds pretty adorable. I'm glad you think so, because sometimes when I cuss in my videos, people are in the comments like, you know, if you cuss less, you'd get more views. And I'm like, I don't really give a fuck. So take your ass out the door of the channel. I don't care. They, like, as they're commenting that, they don't realize that they're helping me get more views when they're like, you shouldn't cuss. Or sometimes I'll joke about how I'll joke saying like, oh, how am I not sponsored by Ryobi yet? And people are like, it's probably because you cuss. And I'm like, I'd rather be sponsorless and free to say what I want than to have the leash of a brand being like, you can't say bitch on your channel. Take that, bitch. I'll keep your sponsor brand deal then. Would you rather watch a tree grow or a knee grow? My knees stopped growing years ago, as far as I can tell. And my tree growth experience is that they grow very slowly. So I guess anytime you look at a tree, you're watching a tree grow. And I enjoy looking at trees, so final answer, I'd rather watch a tree grow. Like my t-shirt, thank you. It's on my website, idontknowbabyLLC, if you want one. This is my logo. IDKB, I don't know, baby. Are you rainbow flag? I think you're asking if I'm LGBT. I'm currently in a hetero relationship. I've been curious about girls in the past, but have only had hetero relationships. So I don't know. I honestly don't know. I would most commonly label myself straight, sometimes bi-curious. So I wouldn't say I'm fully LGBT. I'm definitely an ally. Full on. That community has had my back more than any other community. And coming up, actually, I'm gonna walk in a fashion show for Pride. There's a really cool, like, I wouldn't know if I would call them a thrift store or a consignment shop. And they're throwing this big fashion show for Pride. It's gonna be like downtown, big, like Pride celebration, a parade and an after party and stuff. And somewhere in the mix, they're going to have this fashion show, which I just had my fitting for on Thursday. I almost missed my fitting for the fashion show because I was just like fucking around all morning, like la-di-da, nothing to do today. Wow, weird. I feel like there's something I was supposed to be doing today. And then they texted me and they're like, hey, just checking. You wanted to be in the fashion show, right? And my stomach dropped. I'm like, fuck. I realized immediately that I was just totally blowing off the entire fitting. But finally, I got to the place and they put like five different outfits on me. We chose the cutest one, and I will for sure be posting pictures and videos after the event so you guys can all see how it goes. It's gonna be a good time. It's pretty much like all day party. I'm gonna check in with the chat. We've got Elton, who is fully gay. Nice to meet you. Hello, Elton. Welcome to the Mooners. That's cool that you do drag. I grew up, like, I religiously watched RuPaul's Drag Race, and it totally opened my world. The dance team I used to be on, we would, like, play all the songs from that show while we're doing our warm-up drills. Someone got deleted by David T. Must have been acting up. Can a moderator list all the banned terms or words? So, the banned terms on this channel include a whole slew of racial slurs. People can't say, like, titties or pussy or, you know, we just wanted to limit that type of behavior. And then there's other words that we had to ban just because they got used a lot, such as armpits, but somehow armpits still slips through sometimes. So the banned words list doesn't work 100% for some reason on YouTube. We actually add to the banned words list as things come up. I think I put recently Trustafarian on the list because a lot of people have this conspiracy which was not present until I started being a YouTuber. People have a conspiracy about me that I am secretly rich, that I have like a trust fund waiting for me, and that I just live in a van for no reason. So I took the word Trustafarian and banned that. Mars, that word will never be banned. You are the OG Mooner. This channel is developing over time, and eventually the live streams will end up being probably just only subscribers allowed to comment and stuff. But for now, we let it be free reign. My lighting looks good. I'm actually just in my van with like most of the curtains shut. And I have my little twinkle lights on, but when it's this bright outside, they don't really do much. They're just like decorative. But I do really like the lighting in my van, just from letting in enough natural light that I'm, you know, lit up in here. It's really good for filming. Like, as far as being a YouTuber and having this van as my setting, It's really nice. When you get rich and famous, don't leave us. I won't. I will. Once I'm rich and famous, I'll be even more on YouTube because I won't be having to go get money somewhere else. How does one become a member or mooner? You're a mooner already just by being here on this Saturday morning live. But if you want to become an official mooner, like member, like have the badge status, once you subscribe to the channel, the button or somewhere near the subscribe button, it says like become a member, or it says like join the channel or something along the lines of that. And then there's like different tiers. There's like a beginning tier, that's the new mooners. Or no, yeah, there's the new mooners, there's the honeymooners, and there's the full mooners. So it's like $2, $5, and $9 or something like that. And they each have different perks that come with them. The main perk, I would say, that creates a difference is if someone's a honeymooner, they can see every past live stream I've ever streamed. Because I don't just leave them up in public for people to go back and watch them. Trying to smear the wax in this hot of an environment is making it, like, can you guys see all the strings hanging off of it? This is honestly not the place to be doing this. Funny sidewinder, what is that? The names, yeah, thank you. Full mooner was always a plan, and new mooner, I think Rainbows came up with the honeymooner, which was super clever. Oh, a comment that was deleted. It was funny. Oh, I missed it. What, can someone else say it? I want to know if it was funny. I feel like sometimes I miss out on funny stuff because it gets deleted. Honestly, I'm not super strict. Like, sometimes I see stuff get deleted and I'm like, that could have stayed. Behold, that much less hair on my legs. Also, this just goes to show right now that it's really not that bad to be like doing this. Like, I'm not wincing in pain right now. A lot of people think waxing is like so awful. Oh. Sidewinder, that actually is really funny. You guys are already reading this, but I told my friends I'm uncircumcised. They're now calling me push pop. How do I stop this? So, my advice is to get different friends. There's two options, there's two paths here. Get different friends or get circumcised, which option number 2 sounds awful. So maybe just get different friends or set some personal boundaries with them, which I actually have learned a lot about circumcision in recent times and found out that when guys get circumcised, they lose a lot of feeling in their penis. Like, they lose a lot of nerve endings. So honestly, actually, Sidewinder, I take it all back. I have new advice for you. So, Jody, ladies love push pops. Alright, I've got advice for you, Sidewinder. If you encounter these friends again that are like, push pop, be like, hey, when guys get circumcised, they lose whatever percentage of feeling in their dick, which you can look up the percentage. Can someone Google that percentage and drop it in the chat, actually? Because then you could turn around and just call them numb dick or something. At that point, they might either quell the bullying a little bit, or 50%. Can someone fact check? Can someone fact check why the fixist? How much feeling does a guy lose from his penis? We get into weird topics on this live stream. How much feeling does a guy lose from his penis when he gets circumcised? 15%, which is still pretty substantial. All the most horrible villains in history were circumcised. Hitler was. And it altered the brain chemistry. What? Hello, Teresa, welcome. And yes, this shirt actually is available on my website. But yeah, I'm glad that we had Sidewinder re-comment this so we can talk about how to deal with bullies when you're uncircumcised. Just call them numb dicks. He has a condition called inverted, quote, quote, quote. I'm curious what the quotes word is hidden behind there. Are you high? No. Maybe sugar high. Me and Rainbows ate pumpkin pie and donuts for breakfast. So yeah, a little bit sugar high, I'd say, but not like high. The moderator said, call them virgins. Someone's like, yeah, how's it going, push pop? And you're just like, fuck you, virgin numb dick bitch. Oh, quotes instead of the male unit word. Oh, inverted penis, dick, whatever. I haven't heard of that condition, but it sounds terrifying. And uncut Frank. It's such a crazy, like, divide that humans have created. I mean, we have so many social divides of what people do to their bodies or not, but that one's crazy when you think about it. Like, there's a whole polarity based on whether, when you were born, you're like, it happens right when you're born, right? Literally the day of. Can someone clarify? I think it's literally the day you're born, they like cut off the tip of your dick. When did this become the tradition? Someone said she doesn't know what she's talking about. Yeah, I don't. I'm highly curious about why this is something so prominent in our culture today. It's called the umbilical cord. Yes, I know the umbilical cord is cut when people are born. I'm talking about circumcision, when they cut your literal penis. They do it a while after birth. Wow, so, wow, that, at least it's not your first welcoming to the world. Rainbow said, it's a very easy way to see a man as royal lineage or not. That, I mean, by the time you see that, I would hope you know already. Like, I don't know, if dating back then, like, in the, like, 1500s. I don't know what time era I'm talking about, but way back when that would have applied, I wonder if the dating scene was like, you're like dating a guy and he's like claiming like, oh, I come from royalty, and then you're like about to get intimate for the first time and you see it's not circumcised and it's like, oh, he's a liar. They used to say it was more hygienic. Oh, I see you're saying royalty as in slave or not slave. Yeah, I feel like you'd be able to tell besides that. Inbred royalty with numb dicks. Circumcised, cut off at birth. Which I think it's fine either way. Like, people who are circumcised or not, I think it's literally personal preference. Well, I guess preference of your parents. You don't have a choice when you're like a tiny baby. I personally think either is fine. I only am saying the like stuff about the sensation decreasing by 15% because Sidewinder was getting bullied by some stupid guys saying that he has a push pop, which is fucked up. So there's something to push back with. Have you ever seen the clown that hides from gay people? No. I can't say I have. Check your coinos. I don't know if I can quickly get to my coinos right now. Actually, if I just type in coinos, it might just sign me in right away. I'm assuming maybe you guys sent me some bitcoins or sats. I honestly haven't gone on here much since May 31st. Oh, that's today. Yeah, the moderator sent me to my coinos some sats. $50 worth of Bitcoin, which is 47,706 sats. Thank you. Much appreciated. It helps me a lot because I haven't gone to work this week at all. If anybody else wanted to if anybody else wanted to send Bitcoin to me ever, I have a Coinos linked on my website, idontknowbabyLLC. Shout out to the moderator. Hodl. I will hodl that shit till I die. Just kidding, I'll hodl it till it's time to buy my boat. Oh my god, so many people think I'm high. Guys, I'm literally sober right now. Like, actually. I haven't done any substances this morning. The only things I've ingested was pumpkin pie, a donut, and whipped cream, which I guess technically the whipped cream has a tiny bit of nitrous in it, but that doesn't last long. What is getting waxed? I waxed my legs. I waxed the front of them anyway, but now I just want to talk in the chat. 1550. I need to know the correct percent before I fully endorse the vasectomies are hot video. That one is a whole separate video. the effectiveness of vasectomies is like 99.99999% or something. So yeah, vasectomies are hot. Vasectomies are the new thigh tat. It's a trend. Ladies love it. If you get a vasectomy, automatically, for whatever number hotness you are, add 3 to that. So if you're already at 10, do the roof. If you're sober, don't smile for 1 minute. See? It's fine. It's fine. Sober as can be. I think that was long enough to prove myself. I thought you meant dab wax. No, I mean salon wax, waxing wax, depilatory wax. And no, the pumpkin pie was not a THC infused one. Mason Gilligan, get a 37-foot sailboat. That's actually right about in the size range I'm looking for. I'm wanting something between 35 and 40, which I'm used to being in my van already. So honestly, having even a 30-foot sailboat is already twice the length that I'm used to being in. So yeah, 30 foot and up, I'm chillin'. Ooh, what about the woman getting her tubes tied? Let's even the playing field here. I'll have to look into that one and see how invasive it is. If you look at where the female's tubes are, they are inside of the body, fairly deep. You know, even if you were to go in through the front, the pubic bone's in the way. And if you go from inside, there's a lot in the way. But for a male, the vasectomy is through the thinnest little bit of ball skin. It's not as deep. It's not as invasive of a surgery. How long have you been living the van life? So I moved into the van about a year ago, but throughout this year, there have been on and off times where I'm not staying in the van. For example, when the flood happened, I stayed at my boyfriend's apartment for 1 or 2 months or so. So if you look at this year, I started van life about a year ago, but I wouldn't say that I've lived in my van for a year because there has been off time when these crazy fucking disasters happen. Or for example, when I got my wisdom teeth out, which there was a different other couple of dramas that happened in that time period. So yeah, a little bit less than a year. The width is where you're going to view it. I'm curious. Oh, of the boat. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the boat's gonna be way wider. I'll have actually also standing room, so it'll be taller. So yeah, a boat is gonna feel way more spacious than a van. And being able to just like hop off the side of the boat and swim so easily. At first, when the mom reader said the width is where you're gonna feel it, my mind went to a very different place. Weird. What did you think I was talking about? I thought, you know, people talk about like, size matters, or like size doesn't matter. It's the motion of the ocean or whatever. I thought it was along those. Did you watch the new Lilo and Stitch? I have not. I didn't realize it even came out until like yesterday. Maybe it did come out yesterday. I was oblivious. And then I saw someone post on Facebook something about like, oh, they missed all these scenes in the new Lilo and Stitch that were in the original, which like, it's not gonna be identical anyway. When they do remake movies identical from how the cartoon was, that also gets complaints. So there's no pleasing of the masses. Like, if you guys have watched the movie How to Train Your Dragon, classic, love that movie so much. Toothless is the cutest character ever. They did a new one that was like live action. I put that in quotes because all the dinosaurs were not the dinosaurs, the dragons were all like CGI still, so I'm like, how live action can this be? And like in Lilo and Stitch, I'm sure Stitch was all CGI animated character anyway. If they remade the How to Train Your Dragon movie and they just did like scene for scene exact translation, so people got mad about that. But then people get mad when the live action changes the storyline a little bit, so yeah. No pleasing the masses. J. St. John said his cat looks like Toothless. Mine does too. I have a black cat named Puss, and she looks just like Toothless, especially when she's smiling. We gave the kittens catnip last night for the first time in a while. We had tried to give them catnip oil at some point when they were fresh out. They're like 2 years old now. When we first got them, we showed them the catnip oil and they like weren't into it. I think it was like overwhelming. So we tried last night again for the first time in over a year with this fresh dried catnip in a little stuffed animal, and they were loving it. Puss was like batting it around and like throwing it and like biting it and shaking it around. It was so cute. The live action Lion Kings are entirely CGI. Yeah, like I don't know how they even get away with calling it live action, because technically it's still animation, which is an odd thing, but it just looks very real. But for all we know, in the future, things will be so, like, so... Sorry, I just got distracted by a comment. Someone's trying to get my channel banned. Good luck with that. It's not gonna happen, because I haven't done anything wrong here. Yes, I do have a kitty, and her name is Puss E. Her first name is Puss. Her last name is Eichenberger. Yeah, the person trying to get me banned was hidden. Bye-bye. I'm not doing anything wrong here. I don't need to get banned from YouTube. I'm on my way up right now. Hello everyone that are new mooners to the channel. I so appreciate everyone who comes out every Saturday to the live streams. It's finally happening. This whole journey has been like multiple years long of wanting to be a YouTuber, not fully going for it, being like, oh, I should be a scientist. Actually, I want to be a YouTuber. No, I should be a scientist. Till now, I just finally dove in and was like, I've already built a science career that I can come back to. So I now am at a sturdy enough place in that where I've been able to kind of put it on the back burner and pursue YouTube. And now Van on the Moon, my main channel, is at 9,000 something subs. I actually want to like get a live count on that. Someone asked if I make films. Kind of. Not really. I make YouTube videos. But my other channel, I Don't Know Baby, you can find linked in my other channel section of this one, if that made any sense. That channel is my more like artistic cinematography and editing stuff. What kind? Mainly trippy videos and like dreamy stuff. There's only one long form video on there. It's mainly shorts. Yeah, content creation will be such a popular thing as we get into the future. As robots are taking over the other jobs, I think that itself will cause a huge spike in content creation, because a lot of people will be both watching more videos because they will be working less, and people will be creating more videos because it's now a form of work. I fully want to be in that field, so here I am entering it. And Man on the Moon, my main debut, now has 9,051 subs on it, which is not bad. It's gone up over 3,000 subs just this past month, so it's time that all of this fruits for me. That being said, we've done our Mooner Chit Chat hour for this Saturday, so I think we're gonna start closing it down here. So if anyone has any last things to say, you've got like about a minute. Find your favorite short and do an AI baby. I love those. Are you talking about the videos, like the one you sent me that takes a video and then makes it look like it's actually babies doing it? Deepfakes are child's play. Dude, it's so accessible to make deepfakes now, and that's scary because people can literally make videos of whoever doing whatever now, and it's almost undetectable that it's fake. Which honestly, it'll probably let some people get away with other stuff if they did do it and it was on camera. If people are like saying, oh, it's just a deep fake. Like, now there's yet another scapegoat. A mind goblin. I don't think I know what that is. But yeah, thanks everybody for coming out. I love you guys. Mooners, keep on mooning. See you next week. Live events every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Hawaiian Standard Time. If you ever are curious what the live events are, I always list them in the post section of this channel. So if you're ever wondering what's going on for the weekend, post section of Molly Eich has links to all the events. Peace out, guys. Van on the fucking moon.